following video may be triggering for some viewers. It is intended for mature audiences and deals with topics of anxiety and depression.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and this is a little bit of a special video. This is if you've been watching my channel, I did a video on movies that help me when I'm having anxiety. When I'm having anxiety issues, I put out a video of movies that help me get through them. Movies that make my problems go away. Movies that make me feel good and make me feel full. Make me feel full. I think that's what I'm looking for. Full. Yeah, you get that empty feeling. You get that shaky feeling. You get that weird feeling, and then you know that something's going on, and then you start popping the medication, and then next thing you know, you got to figure out what to do yourself. So there's different techniques you could do. I found in my years of practice of having anxiety attacks, I focus on things. I focus on the corner of the room, or I'll focus on a certain thing. I'll start thinking back to good times in my life, and that's what those other movies had done. Now here is the flip of the coin. This is the opposite. I'm doing the opposite day today, and these are movies that give me or gave me full-blown anxiety. Now listen, this is a warning to those who have anxiety. This might be a trigger for you. I don't want to trigger nobody. My apologies if I do. But these are movies that within my life I have watched, and they have full-blown given me anxiety attacks. I mean, I literally had to get up and either leave the theater, or I physically got sick, either coming out one end or the other, physically messed me up, okay, where I am shaking, I feel heart attacks, I feel things are going on, and these movies have messed me up. And I'm going to explain, I'm going to tell stories behind them. I'm going to tell you what happened and how it happened, and what gave me the problems that they gave me. Now, these movies might not bother you, this might not be a problem for you, but these are movies that caused a problem for me in my life. And being a guy that's been battling anxiety for years, you know, one I even upgraded. I upgraded one. You're probably like, why would you upgrade a movie that you can barely watch, that you can't even watch? Because one of them I can watch. I can tolerate it, but ooh, what a struggle. But the problem is, it's such a good movie. I have to. I want to watch it. I want to watch it because it's so good. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle. But I find myself wanting to watch the movie. So it's kind of an odd thing. But these are movies that cause me to have full-blown, non-body reacting, messed up, lose control anxiety attacks. And I'm going to try to go in order from severity. Okay, I'm going to start off with the easy one. I'm going to start off with the easiest one, and it's open water. Yeah, no need to upgrade this one because I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it no more. Okay, now listen, number one, I can't swim. I am a guy that can't swim. This is my father told me when I was younger, unless where we lived was going underwater, I did not need to know how to swim. So he didn't bother on teaching me how to swim. I don't think he knew how to swim. I don't even know. I don't know if my mother knew how to. Listen, bottom line is, we were not a swimming family. We didn't swim. I hated the beach. I didn't like to go to the beach. I'm not big on the sun, and I ain't big on no sharks. I don't want to get eaten by no shark. I want to get attacked by no shark, but I'm not afraid of no sharks, okay? That's not what scared me in this movie. That's not what stressed me out. It's the being stuck in the middle of the ocean and in the dock and not seeing anything around you, and and being left behind somewhere, okay? Now listen, I don't go on trips to begin with. I don't want to go on a trip. I don't feel like I need to go on a trip. I don't need to get on a plane. I don't need to get on a train or automobile. I don't need to do none of that stuff that Steve Martin and John Candy did. I don't need to go on any of that because I don't want to go nowhere. I don't care. I'm happy, very content in my home. I'm content doing what I'm doing. So I don't need this mess. But these fools, okay, they go on a boat and they decide they're going to go swimming. Let's go swimming. We're going to go swimming. We're going to hop off the back of a boat in the middle of the ocean and we're going to swim. And then the people that own the boat, they're going to just take off on you. They're going to take off on you and they're going to leave you behind for dead. They're going to leave you behind to get attacked by sharks. They're going to eat your girl. They're going to eat you. You're going to die. This sucked, okay? This was like an hour and change of why? Why? Your stupidity, okay? You paid for this? You paid to get on that boat? To this day, my wife's like, hey, we need to go on a trip. I want to go on a cruise. Listen, lady, you go on a cruise. You go on a cruise all you want. My wife knows how to swim, so she can go on a cruise. She can go swimming. She can go swim with the sharks. I don't care what she go do, as long as she come home safe. Because I care. But listen, you ain't gonna get me. You ain't gonna get me on no boat, trapped on a boat. and you ain't gonna get me hopping off in the middle of the ocean somewhere, knowing that some guy that could barely drive the boat is gonna take off on me and leave me for dead. This movie messed me up. I was like, no, nah, this ain't gonna happen to me. Ain't gonna happen to me because I ain't that stupid. And I can't. Now listen, even if I could swim, even if I was a strong swimmer, I ain't jumping off in no ocean, okay? I seen Jaws. I seen Deep Blue Sea. I'm not stupid. I ain't hopping off in the middle of the thing. Even jellyfish. I don't want to get stung by no jellyfish in the middle of the ocean. I ain't no dummy. I don't know why these people feel like they need to go out in the middle of nowhere and jump into the ocean and just go swimming. It doesn't make any sense to me. On top of the fact that they left them there for dead. Listen, no, I watched this movie. I got to a certain point. I was like, nobody's coming back. Listen, there's a point where you should just be like, I'm drowning. I'm just gonna let go, and I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the ocean, and I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna die, because if not, I'm gonna get eaten by something. It's probably gonna hurt a lot. So it's probably better for me to just suffocate, go down to the middle of the ocean, and drop dead, because there's no way I want to be eaten by piranha, shark, squid, whatever the heck it is that's nibbling at my toes, and I don't want it to happen. And this movie gave me full-blown anxiety. And plus the way it's shot like it's one of these like movies that part 2 they did a little bit better. Part 2 they did it more like studio wise, but this one was more shot like a reality type show. This is like this could really happen to you idiots, okay? These people in this movie, idiots. I think it was, I don't know if this was one of those, I don't know, based on a true story. I apologize to the families, but listen, you ain't getting me on no boat. I ain't hopping off. I ain't going in the ocean. I apologize to the family. I'm sorry for your loss. But this is a training video for people what not to do. Don't get on a boat. Don't hop off the boat. Don't go in the middle of the ocean where it's infested with sharks. And don't go swimming, okay? That's what this is. This is a tutorial. This is a instructional video, okay? This is, don't do it, okay? It messed me up. It gave me full-blown anxiety, okay? I was sitting there, I'm like, man, these people, listen, mate, I once again, I apologize, but I feel bad for the people. But man, why choose that way to go? Makes no sense. All right, next one. This is the one I turned to Blu-ray. I upgraded the Blu-ray. I even have part 2 of this one because I love the franchise. I love the concept. I love the storyline. I love horror movies, and that's what got me with this. This is a horror movie, and this was a horror movie that was just, it was cool. It was, the concept was cool. The storyline was cool. I really enjoyed it, and I was like, I enjoyed it enough to upgrade it. But no, the problem is, I'm claustrophobic. I got a claustrophobic problem because when I was younger, my father, he played a game on me. Okay, this is the game he played. This is the game. He's like, listen, we're going to go up in the attic. Now, I had an attic, okay? The attic was in our bathroom. Went into the bathroom, and in my apartment, we lived in an apartment, and up in the bathroom, in the apartment, there was a hole in the ceiling where it had like a piece of wood that went over the top of the ceiling. And my father was like, okay, listen, there's some Christmas decorations up there. You're going to go up the ladder, and you're going to go to the end of the attic. You're going to go to the end of the attic, and you're going to go get the Christmas decorations. So I'm like, okay, I'm on board. I'm on board with this thing. Hey, it seemed like fun to me. It seemed like fun. Because I'm stupid. Because I shouldn't have trusted that guy. Because he'd be out of his mind. Because he's like, you're going to go up there. And you're going to walk to the end of the attic. And you're going, this is what happened. This is what happened. Okay. So number one, picture the attic. Now, if you have a full furnished, finished attic, okay, you got a floor on it. This attic had no floor. It was a pile of planks, and if you stepped off the planks, you ended up falling down into your house, your apartment. You fell down the apartment because it was all filled with asbestos and stuff in it. What's that stuff? The Pink Panther stuff there. Insulation, full of insulation. Yes. And if I would have stepped to the left or stepped to the right, if I got off the planks, I fall down and I would probably plummet to my death. Or I was small. I was like 6, 7, or whatever. Go to the end of the attic. It's 8. Maybe go to the end of the attic and get the Christmas decorations. Well, I go up the ladder, and he thought it was fun. I guess he found it humorous, funnysome. Are these words? Funnysome or humorous? Okay, he found it. He found something, and he told me to get the end of the thing. And what he did was he took the ladder away. So now I'm starting to see the little hole thing get darker. And the ladder I'm trying to rush back while I'm trying to balance on these planks, and the ladder is gone. It's not there no more. And now I'm sitting there, I'm walking, I'm trying to walk back, and he starts to slide the little door thing over. That's a funny one. You got me on that one? Yeah. So now I got some claustrophobic issues. So the movie I'm talking about here is The Descent. Yes, The Descent. Awesome horror movie about these rock climbing, rock treachery, rock what do they call them? Cave dwellers. Cave dwelling people. That's what they're in the rocks, they're in the caves, they're in there, and the cave dwelling, but there's creatures in the cave. Now listen, I love the creatures. I love the concept. I don't love the clash. I don't love being stuck in something and not being able to know how I'm going to get out, okay? That done messed me up when I was a kid. It done messed me up. I don't want to go through it again. I never want to see it again. Don't want to go through it again. And it done messed me up big time. So I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. But you know what? I watched this one. This one I actually put on and actually watch it. I think it's more this like, when I get to the anxiety part with this really stuck in the deep crevices, and she's like, they're trying to like get through these little holes and cracks and whatever it is. I'm like, I kind of gotta shun. I gotta shun away. I gotta kind of look away a little bit until they get to the more point. But you know what? The creatures don't do nothing to me. I ain't afraid of no creatures. I ain't afraid of no creatures. I ain't afraid of none of that stuff because I like horror movies. But you stick me in a little tight spot. No, it ain't gonna happen. Okay, I can't swim. And I don't like being stuck in places I can't get out of, okay? That's it. That's the end of that one. Now this one, here's a little story I got to tell about this one. So this is a newer movie. This is newer which I mean maybe within the last 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. I don't know, within that 15 years. Like it's got to be within that 15 years because I watched it with my daughter. So she wanted to get me to get this movie. Said it's gonna be a good movie. It had Harry Potter girl in it. Had Harry Potter girl in it. Hermione there. What's her name? Emma Watson. Had Emma Watson in it. And I'm like, I'm on board with some Emma Watson. I like Emma Watson. I thought she was great in Harry Potter. I want to see me some Emma Watson. I'm good with it. So she's like, you got to get this movie. We got to watch it. I go down in the basement and I start watching it. Now this is the sad part. This is the sad part, my friends. Okay. Now, I will be honest. I cannot remember most of this movie. Okay, I think that my emotional, mental door had closed and it won't let it leak the movie out into my brain right now. So bits and pieces, kind of like my childhood and traumatizing things that happened in my life, they ooze out every once in a while. That's how I feel about this movie. This movie oozes out every once in a while. It messes me up. But the day I watched this in the basement, watching my wife, watching my daughter, I was staying strong. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. And I'm watching it, and it got to a certain point. It got to a certain point in the movie, and I had like a flashback of my childhood, and like the things I went through and the way I was emotionally feeling. And this was the worst one. And to this day, I have not watched it yet because I watched it to the end. I stayed strong. I stayed strong through the whole movie, and I sat there with my daughter. Now, let me show you. It's this movie right here. Okay, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Okay, Perks of Being a Wallflower. And I would compare myself to this character right here. This guy right here. That's who I would compare myself to. This guy, played by I don't know, is this the Logan Lerman or this Ezra Miller? I don't know, whoever this dude is right here. This was the issue. Is I kind of had something go. I had some kind of emotional kindred feeling with this guy. Okay, so I'm like, I've been through this. I've been through this in my life, and it messed me up. I had like a total flashback. There's a point. See, I can remember bits and pieces. Because I have not watched it since. I did not upgrade it, as you can see. I ain't never gonna watch this again because this was the worst one. This one totally blew my mind because we got to a certain point in the movie and it's a part where I want to say he's writing a letter, he's writing the book, he's writing something. He's behind his desk, and like the floodgate just opened up. So I stayed strong. My daughter's like, okay, the movie's done. That was a good movie, Dad. That was a good movie. I'm like, yeah, it was a good movie. Why don't you go upstairs? She goes upstairs. And I emotionally broke down. I cried, and I like a baby, like one of those like you can't catch your breath, heart beating, messed up, emotional anxiety breakdown, 110%. The worst I've ever had in my life. This just totally. Ooh, it was a mind blower. I was this guy right here, and the way he felt towards the girl, you know, and the things that were going on. Ooh. Now I'm telling you, maybe years later, maybe I should go and put this back in and relive it. And you know what? Comment below if you've seen this movie. Number one, if you've seen this movie, comment below and tell me how it made you feel. How did sometimes I ask the wife, I'm like, am I the only one that's gone through these things? Because sometimes she looks at me like I'm completely crazy. Sometimes she looks at me, she's like, yep, you're the only one. You're the only one that has these thoughts. You're the only one that goes through this stuff. You're the only one that has this kind of stuff happen to you. You're the only one. I'm like, really? Really? I want to say no. I want to believe that that's not true. But she seems to say that, well, I'll be laying in bed at night and I'm like, listen, I'm going through this thing right now and my mind is telling me this. And I'm having this battle going on in my brain. And she's like, yeah, it's you. It's all you. You're the only one that goes through this stuff. Not me. I don't go through this. Your kids don't go through this. Nobody goes through this. It's just you. But I'll tell you, man, I had a punching bag downstairs, a full blown punching bag, and this movie ended, and it was on the ground. Punching bag was on the ground because I used to put it up on the ceiling, and then I punch it for a little bit, and then I put it on the ground, and I kneeled over that punching bag, and I just cried and cried for, I gotta say, at least over an hour. It was like one of them, like you needed it, like I needed to just emotionally break down and have a cry, like some, some people don't cry. You don't cry for a long time, and then you cry, and it's like I needed that cry. I needed that emotional, messed up cry, and something that happened with this kid. And I'm telling you, this is crazy because my mind has blanked it out, has blocked it out. I am withholding information from this movie for some reason. My mind has not let me do it, but I want to say maybe there was. It's sad, but I want to say maybe there was some kind of suicide situation or some kind of sadness situation or something. Something was going on with this character, and it triggered something in my heart, my mind, my soul. I was a mess, and I could not let my kids see me break down like that because I never broke down like that before in my life. But this movie did it. This movie did it, and maybe listen, I remember being really good. I remember the acting being really good. I remember this being one of the better Emma Watson after Harry Potter movies. But man, it messed me up. It messed me up. And maybe I should revisit it. I've been thinking of upgrading it. I've been thinking that maybe I should upgrade it because even though it messed me up mentally, I'm a collector and a completist, and I almost feel like it's an important part of my life. Like, even though these movies are kind of, they cause me to have anxiety, they're kind of a part of me. They're kind of part of the building blocks that make up me. It's like there's fears and there's anxiety and there's happiness and there's sadness and there's joy and there's all kinds of stuff going on. The building blocks that make me the man that I am. And this did something. This did something to me and brought me back to, like, counseling days and medication and something. It did something to me. So maybe I should revisit it. But this is the worst one. This was the worst one, and it was only 3. Listen, I figured I would not listen. This was more of a open forum for people that have the same issues that maybe I have. According to the wife, nobody has these issues but me. Nobody has these emotional, mental issues but me. I call it mental because it's in my mind. It's definitely in my mind. It's stuff that is being triggered by things that happened in the past. I mean, even though most of the people in my family seem to tell me that I had such a wonderful childhood. Things were so wonderful when I was a child. You had everything, and this was great, and that was great, and this was great, and that was great. And it's not how I see it. It's not how I see it. Things were not great. There was fighting. There was yelling. There was bad things going on. And beyond the house, beyond what was going on in my house, I had friends. I had girlfriends. I had things going on in my own personal life that my parents didn't even know about. They didn't know any issue of what was going on with me when I was a kid. They didn't know what I was taking. They didn't know what I was smoking. They didn't know what I was eating. They didn't know what was going on in my life. They had no clue. No clue. Every once in a while, once or twice, my mother would knock on the door and she'd be like, I smell something in there. Your father gonna flip out on you. I remember that. But I was like, I didn't care. I reached a point in my life where I was so messed up mentally that I didn't care because there was pain. There was pain. I put on my Pink Floyd The Wall album and I would float off into Never Neverland and I was pink. I was pink in the Pink Floyd The Wall movie album, and I was building that wall. I was building that wall around me, and I didn't want to let nobody in because people were messing with my head. And I think that's where that perks from being a wallflower, the perks of being a wallflower came into play. There was things going on, emotional things, things that that people don't know about you. You know, you might have this going on with you. You might have something going on. You might have struggled with things all your life, and you don't let that stuff out. You don't tell nobody. You put on a facade. You put on a show for people that you're happy and joyful and wonderful on the outside. Or maybe you're having a bad day. You have some bad days and stuff, and they see like a little glimpse of what you've gone through in your life. But I know you struggled. I know that there's more to it than what some people portray. Some people don't want you to know their business. Me, I'm transparent. I'm an open book. I could care less. Listen, I've been through enough that I'm at a point in my life where I want to help people. And that's what this channel's about. Channel's about helping people. I do a video about stopping anxiety. Now I'm doing a video about what gave me anxiety. And I have anxiety problems. I take medication for anxiety. I admit it. Listen, my name is and I take medication for anxiety on a daily basis because I struggle in my head. Okay, I don't hear voices. No voices going on in my head. I ain't hear no voices. But the thoughts and ideas and second guessing myself over and over and over again struggles. I mean, even this channel to edit myself, to sit there and edit struggles. Okay, I am never gonna be good enough for me. Okay, you might sit here and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And listen, subscribing makes me super happy. Makes me happy because I feel like somebody is watching, somebody cares. Okay, I struggled down my life, so please do me a favor and please stop for a second. Please hit the subscribe button. Please do that for me because I appreciate that. And if you hit the like button, that makes me happy too because then you help my algorithm thing go on and maybe my channel will grow and grow and grow. But I'll tell you right now, I struggle with things and like I said, the editing process of this thing, looking at myself and hearing myself speak and hearing what I'm saying to you guys, it goes out there and I'm starting to adjust to it. I'm starting to feel good about it, and these things are getting better and better as I go along, and this is very therapeutic to me. Hopefully it's therapeutic to you, and that's why I like the comments. I like when you comment to me and I comment back because you might be going through something. And you're important to me, and that's what I can say about that. And I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to thank you for sitting down and relaxing and listening to me babble for the last, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long this thing is. After I'm done editing, putting a couple videos here, videos there, whatever, 20 minutes, whatever. I appreciate you. And do me a favor, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you later.